Hello and welcome. In this lecture, we are going to add a data flow task to the package. We've already created the two connection managers, one for the source data and the other for the destination data. So we are going to add a data flow task. Basically what it is, the data flow task will encapsulate the data flow engine that moves data between the source and the destination. All right. It will also provide the functionality for the transforming, the cleaning, and the modification of the data that has been moved or is being moved. So it will encapsulate all that and do it behind the scene. The data flow task is basically where most of the work for an extract, transform, or load process occurs, also referred to as ETL. So most of the ETL process occurs within the data flow task. So let's go ahead and add one. Note that the SQL Server Integration Services actually separates the data flow from the control flow. So that's the control flow and that's the data flow. So to add a data flow, make sure you've got the control flow selected and not the data flow. So click on the control flow and go to the toolbar, the SIS, which is SQL Server Integration Services Toolbox, which is this one I've got here. If you haven't got that listed, you could go to the View tab and just select it from the list of toolbars. Okay, there's a list of toolbars, so you can select it from there. Sorry, it's not available within the view. So if you haven't got the SQL Server Integration Services Toolbox, which is the SSIS, I've got it already listed. If you haven't got it showing there, click on this SSIS tab and then click on the SSIS Toolbox. All right, so I've got it here, so I'm just going to click on that. Make sure you've got this option, the favorites option. Make sure you've got that selected, and where you've got the data flow, just going to drag that and drop it on the inside this window here. All right, so this window now is is under the control flow. So this here is the design surface of the control flow. Okay, we are going to rename this data flow task that we've just added on. So right click on it and select rename. And we're going to call it extract sample currency data. So I'm going to change it from that to extract sample currency data. So I've renamed it. It is actually a good practice to provide unique names to all the components that you add to a design surface. And the names should be descriptive of the function that each component performs. Right click on this task here and go properties. And we're going to check the local ID here. Make sure that your local ID property name is set to wherever you are. I'm in the United Kingdom, so I've got it set to English and United Kingdom. So make sure that is set to reflect where you are. So that's it for this lecture. In this lecture, we successfully added a data flow task. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.